Hey everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan, and I'm here filming a video that I never thought that I would film. So over the past weekend, I had my YouTube channel deleted along with all of my Google information associated with that account. And I'm thinking about it now and I'm still processing everything that happened. Basically, what happened was on Friday, I ended up getting an email from a company that I thought was reaching out who wanted to collaborate with me. One of their steps for collaboration was they wanted me to enter my YouTube link into their website so they could study my analytics. I feel really stupid for falling for that because as soon as I put my information in there, my Google Authenticator went off trying to authenticate me. And then Google gave me a warning saying, don't trust this site. And I don't know why I didn't listen to that. And I just went ahead and authenticated it anyway. This allowed anyone who was on that website to access my Google Passkey, and I could see it at that as it was happening. They were removing my two-step authenticator. They were removing my password. They were removing the recovery email. And as it was happening, I was trying to basically fix it and trying to put my email back on, try to put my phone number back on. And what I really should have done was right then and there log everything, log Google out of all active sessions. So it would have logged them out of that passkey. And I feel really stupid because I'm normally really diligent about protecting my account, about two-factor authentication, and not putting things in links or clicking on links that I'm unsure of, and I still fell for it. And as these people or whoever it was trying to, where they were trying to change all of my information under my Google email or my Gmail, then suddenly I get the notification that the account is deleted. And then I get messages from wonderful people in the community that my YouTube had been deleted. And this happened Friday morning before work. And I was just in shock. I basically was numb. I didn't know what happened, or I didn't know how to recover it. I was spending most of the morning trying to recover my Gmail, but it was deleted and they had removed all of my authenticators from it. So I couldn't get back in. Friday morning was a mess. It was a mess. The fact that they could take it away from me so quickly was very violating. I can't believe I'm doing this on camera right now. But I'm just so thankful that there were so many people that reached out and said, what happened to your channel? What's going on? And I had a lot of people who were also very helpful about how I could try and recover that. So what I ended up doing was I had to create an account on X, or formerly known as Twitter, and I tagged YouTube directly, basically saying to them, my channel and my Google email attached to that channel have both been deleted. And within, I'll say, maybe a couple of hours, I got a reply back from the YouTube team saying, please follow us and DM us and we'll look into this. And so I followed them. They DM'd me on X and they asked me to send them my YouTube URL. And then I also let them know that the email address associated with it was no longer something I had access to, that it was deleted. And I said, I have another email or another Gmail that they could use. Could that be used for verification? And they got back to me and said they will, they were going to try and contact Google on my behalf to see if that email could be used for verification. That was Friday. I think afternoon or evening, and I didn't hear back from them at all after I had given them the email that I could access. And I didn't hear from them at all after that. I didn't hear from them at all on Saturday, but thankfully, Saturday I was out in the mountains with my family, and thankfully, I was distracted by being out in the mountains with my family. And then Sunday morning, I then get a notification from a friend that my channel was back up and running, which was amazing. And then at that point, we were actually on a little nature walk, so I really didn't have like the best internet access. And I was trying to still log back into my Gmail, realizing that that had been reactivated as well, but I couldn't log back into it because I didn't have the correct password anymore. I didn't have the right two-step verification anymore. So that was the issue for me, is that I needed to be able to log back into Google. And for the rest of that day, like we drove home from where we were, and I was just trying to figure out like, how can I log back into Google to gain access of YouTube back? When I got home, I put out that message on my stories asking for help for anyone who may know anyone who works at Google. And I got a few replies back, which is so amazing. I love this community. The fact that you were able to reach out to me, tell me you worked for Google and wanted to help out a stranger. Although in another friend's case, I've only met her at the San Francisco Pen Show, but she feels like a sister to me. So thank you. Um, and they were going to do what they could to reach out to the internal team or the escalation team to see if they could get my account reinstated or somehow have a different type of verification for my account. As that was happening, I received an email from the Google support team, which I think was initiated by the YouTube team, because they said they were going to reach out to Google with my email address that they could use. And when they emailed me, they said, "We realize you don't have access to this email, but this is the best contact email for you." And then I was able to go through Google's recovery process and use the email that I had access to verify. And then I was able to log back in. I immediately changed my password, added two-step verification, like multiple two-step verifications, and I got it reinstated, and I was able to log back into my YouTube account as well. So basically what I did, I messaged YouTube, and then the YouTube team got back to me. They DM'd me, and I sent them my YouTube URL and let them know that I didn't have access to my Google email anymore. And I gave them an alternate Google email that they could use. They told me that they were going to reach out to Google to see if that could be sorted out somehow. I don't know what they did on their end. And then I guess in about 48 hours, my YouTube channel and the Google email had been reactivated. And then 12 hours after that, I got the email from the Google support team. So really within 3 days, my YouTube account and my email account were both reactivated, which was amazing. And now I have access to both. That is something that I don't ever wish anyone to ever go through, because I went through so many thoughts of like, well, maybe I'll just start up a whole new YouTube channel and hope that I can meet the YouTube partner qualifications again. And then another part of me was like, well, maybe I should just quit YouTube altogether and that's it, and stop doing YouTube or any type of social media. That was me just like giving up. And then the other part of me was just like, everything that was attached to that specific Google account, like my Google Drive and my files, like my fountain pen spreadsheet, things like that. Or I even have on my channel like some private videos of just, home videos of me and my family. And I think for me, the hardest part was just losing that and kind of grieving the loss of the channel and loss of the account and everything that would have come with that. I'm still processing. And what I really appreciated was how so many people reached out and told me my channel was gone, and then they were asking if I was okay. And um and if everything was okay. And the amount of people that reached out to just check if I was okay was amazing. So thank you for all of that, and thank you for everyone who was so excited for my YouTube channel to come back. I'm still, as you can tell, processing everything that happened, and I'm still processing everything that happened. There was a lot I went through emotionally over the weekend, and I know it's such a first world problem, but I was just grieving the loss of everything that I had created, and thinking of having to start over again. And I'm just grateful that I don't have to. And I was able to get my account back within 3 days. I know that I'm very lucky to have been able to do that. And yeah, I'm going to, in the description below, also include some information about how to recover a deleted Google account, because that was what had been sent to me. That was also the information that I got on the internet. If I had a deleted account, there is a way that you can recover it within 7 days of deleting it. And a deleted Google account, there is a timeline on how soon after you'll need to recover it, because after a certain amount of days, the account is gone. Um, I'm just thankful that the YouTube team were able to handle my query or my issue so quickly, because I was just even reading through the amount of times YouTube team was tagged in something, and they deal with a lot of issues every single day. So I was grateful that they were able to handle mine so quickly. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is helpful for anyone who does ever go through this. I don't ever wish for anyone to go through that. Highly recommend two-factor authentication, putting all of your email addresses for recovery, or like recovery emails, recovery phone numbers. Don't be stupid like me and click on a link in an email that you think is from somebody reputable. It unfortunately was a brand I'd never heard of before, wanted to give them a chance, and then this happened. So from this point onwards, I'm going to be very, very careful about anyone who reaches out, and for my own protection and for my own sanity as well. I mean, the whole weekend, thankfully, I was out in the mountains with my family and able to be a little bit distracted from this, but throughout the whole weekend, like the feeling in my stomach, it just felt sick from a huge mix of emotions of being ashamed that this happened, that I let this happen, um, and violated for having something like this happen to me, but also a huge sense of loss and grief and all of that. I'm still processing. And yes, there's a huge sense of relief that I now have access back to my YouTube again and to my Google email. But the whole weekend, I was even doing things like changing my email over for accounts, trying to set up my other email on different things. It was a lot that, yes, it definitely is a first world problem, but don't wish that on anyone. So, all right. I apologize for the tears. I wasn't expecting to get so emotional, but I'm hoping that this does help anybody who does go through this. I do have a caveat that I am not an expert. I don't have any special contacts at YouTube or Google. I just went through their regular support channels and they were able to help me, which I am grateful for. So while I encourage you to ask me questions in the comments, I cannot be the one to reach out for you. I don't have special contacts to be able to do that. So just letting you know now. All right, that is it for me today. An emotional one, a very different type of video, but I appreciate you sticking around and being part of my community. Thank you and have yourselves a great day.